So I wanted to talk about a new marketplace that's about to hit the sports card scene called StarStock. StarStock is building a sports card marketplace aimed to be faster and cheaper for flipping sports cards than any other platform. This is a ground level moment, and StarStock is currently looking for people who want to be the first to sell their cards at launch of this new platform. They are offering 5% commission, no ingestion fees. You send in your cards, they do all the work and post for you. Cards are guaranteed and secured in a vault. You can choose to ship cards back at any time. They also have a little guy. He stands in front of the vault. Nobody can get in. Nobody can get out. I think his name is Pedro. StarStock will be a flipper's paradise. Ooh, a paradise. Where you can buy, flip, store, or ship cards with a click of a button. If you are interested in getting involved as a seller, contact mike@starstock.com. They're right now only looking for rookie cards and prospects of current players. Again, mike@starstock.com, or you can head over to their website, starstock.com. Okay. What is up? What is going on, everyone? David, SVA Card Collectors. Had a nice meeting last night. Bunch of men talking shop. Bunch of men locked up in their rooms with their little cardboard collections, talking nonsense. No, not nonsense, but, we're stuck because, it just gave us an opportunity not to talk about the COVID-19, the Kung flu, the Chinese flu. Well, all right, shouldn't be. I'm not really upset about the Chinese. I think it's more the government because they lied. But the Chinese Communist Party flu doesn't really roll off the tongue. But that's beside the point. So, anyway, so there was just talking about cards, talking about what we can and can't buy. I don't know what you can't buy. Well, right now, ComC, which I was surprised, Washington, I thought was already on a lockdown, and they're not. And they just recently went on a lockdown. I guess that's where ComC is. And they will no longer be accepting cards and shipping cards out. I guess they'll be accepting them, but they won't be doing anything with them because they're non-essential, which is hard to believe that baseball cards are non-essential. What is funny is I do see people at Target and Walmart buying cards, boxes of cards, which they have their priorities straight. So that's a good thing. So we were talking yesterday that email came up about ComC. So you can still buy, and flip online, but you actually getting the cards, that's a different beast. Also last night I posted a video, or actually this morning I posted a video about some cards that I picked up. I actually picked up two Acuna Jr. base 2018 Topps Update, BGS 9.5, and I also got two Juan Sotos. And telling you 3 out of 4 are definitely PSA 10s. 100%. And so it's a good investment, or if you could buy them cheap enough where it pays to crack them, pay the $10, and get them graded for PSA. If you can wait, if they'll hold the value, it's something that maybe you can do to buy a card cheaper that is going to be graded pretty good, because 9.5 is a pretty damn good card, and so a lot of the times it equates to a PSA 10. Sorry. Other times it doesn't. But for the most part, I would say 60% of the time, 70% of the time, they are. You just have to be careful and take a look at it and see. I show you on the video that I did a couple of BGS cards that I've been thinking about switching over to PSA 10, getting them cracked and submitted, and my thought process of what I go about, when I look at a card, is it PSA 10 worthy? So check out that video. It's on YouTube. Give it a like, a share, a comment. I don't know what else you can do. I wanted to give out, because my YouTube is pumping. It is pumping. And I would like to give a shout out to the last person who's subscribed, because I have 100% real people on my YouTube channel. So I wanted to thank Winnie Tantraporn. I'm very happy that she's listening to me. Winnie Tantraporn, it's great. Thanks for subscribing, because that's really the demo I'm really going for. Tantraporn. So you will be seeing ads on about SVA cards during the. I'm probably saying it so many times that YouTube is probably gonna like see that, and any tantra porn that's on YouTube, you're gonna see recommended SVA Card Collectors podcast. Ugh. So I actually did that video last night with regards to the mail. I opened up the mail and I was just going through some cards that I had, some Beckett cards that I had, and so I was saying basically it makes really no sense to get cards graded by BGS because A, they cost more money to get graded, and B, their value isn't as as good. It's usually 25% less. And so then that got all dashed away. Why did it get dashed away? I started looking at football cards. Last night people were talking about Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray and Locke from the Broncos and how their prices are starting to move up. And they're pretty expensive. And I think it still is a good time to buy. It would have been better in December and January. And the reason why I say it's good to buy, because right now football, they're more about hype, and it's all about the quarterbacks. So one of the good things, I guess, is if you don't want to get inundated like baseball, you have all these prospects, you have all these players that you got to keep up with. Football, there's only like 20 quarterbacks that you really got to pay attention to. Everything else is just nonsense to me. And so had you listened to this podcast, and I said it from the beginning, if you liked 2019, if you liked Daniel Jones, which there was no reason why you shouldn't, and you like Kyler Murray, those boxes were going for real cheap. And if you were able to hoard them and not sell them, because they were going for cheap, people weren't buying them. They were readily available. Their cards were readily available. No one was going crazy for them. Outside of Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, people were, but even still, they weren't going crazy. So if you were able to buy them, now they went up a lot, because of free agency and what happened, cards values rose, especially for even stupid Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen, those cards went up. And the guy that I was investing in, Josh Rosen, I stink. Anyway, so you have these quarterbacks, these young quarterbacks, and you still have the draft. And what I think would be good plays is investing in Sam Darnold, investing in Baker Mayfield, and Kyler Murray, Drew Lock, and Daniel Jones. I still think these are very good buys. Why do I say that? Because just like most of the time, the draft is the day the Jets shine because they're always picking high. And all those teams will be picking pretty high. So they're going to get a really good player day one. And people are going to be going, oh, wow, look at the Giants. They just got X guy. Or Kyler Murray, the Arizona just got this guy. Or maybe there's some trades that happen. Whatever it is, there's going to be some hype leading up to it. And then once things happen, there will be a continuation of it. So these prices will go up. I haven't done any historical data. I can just tell you this. I just know it's going to happen because look what happened now. The free agency market came. Jets went up. Why? Because they got some offensive linemen. Nothing great, but they got some offensive linemen. So Sam Darnold all of a sudden is being talked about. I think Gary Vee talked about him a little bit because he's a Jet fan like me. Kyler Murray had DeAndre Hopkins, so he went up. Bills got what's his face? Diggs. So Josh Allen price went up. So you see what happened, and it's going to be the same thing. There's going to be some big, I don't know who's big in the draft, to be honest with you. I know Burrow from LSU, but besides that, I really don't know. I'll know closer to the draft. I'll be able to figure it out because Jets are usually, drafting pretty high. They're drafting 11th this year, I believe, which is lower than usual for them. Hope we got next year. So you're going to see that bounce. And so you just take stock in it. Just take stock in it like I'm an old man. Like investing. So just be wary of that stuff. That's all. I think football is a good investment for quarterbacks only, and that's it. Nothing else. And you should be able to ride the highs and the lows. So I think there's that. In baseball, I think there are deals out there. People are looking for stuff. Basketball, same thing. I think the higher end market is going to go down just slightly. And I don't know if I actually made the point, and I was just started talking about it, but I noticed, so I'm going to go back a little bit, sorry guys. So the football players, the Daniel Jones, Kyler Murray, Sam Darnold, the BGS 9.5s were actually selling for more money than the PSA 10s. And that wasn't the case last year. But I think that may be because of supply. There wasn't that many PSA 10s base Sam Darnolds. I didn't see any. There may have been some. There was no hollows. I was looking for a Donruss Optic hollow of Sam Darnold. Didn't find any. And so the BGS version just sold recently, and some of PSA 10s sold a little bit later. And it seems like because there's not that many of them, that the 9.5s were selling just as much, even higher than a 10. Is that a trend that's going to keep happening? I don't know. But I did notice that in all the quarterbacks, every single one of them, that was the case. And again, I'm looking at bases, I'm looking at silvers. I'm not looking at the green cards, the disco ones, all the other different ones. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll be able to get a better deal. Right now on eBay, they're priced pretty high. So I may look for that stuff on Facebook, but just something they're in short supply. So, not in short supply. Right now, there's not that many on eBay. So you may look on Facebook, you may look on Instagram, and see if you can get some deals, and then try to flip it on eBay, because they are going for more money. They are going for more money, but I shouldn't have said that. I don't know what they're selling for on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know if the correlation is the same, because the prices now that is available of what's left is pretty high, because it's all buy it nows. But once an auction comes through, they sell for much less. So let's just say a card comes out and they have a buy it now for like $150, $175. That card is selling for $100, $125. At some point, someone's going to go after that $200, the $150 card, and is going to bump up that price. It's just a matter of time. Maybe not now, or maybe so, because the stimulus package and everyone thinks now we're all good because the government's going to give you money. I don't know, but just take stock in it. I'm surprised. I thought there would be more supply, and there just isn't. So if you can find it, get it, and then post it on eBay. And if you're maybe you can get $25. Maybe you want to buy it now. Instead of going $150, you go $125, and someone, grabs it because they don't want to wait for an auction. So that's probably the real play for those football cards, because they're really the only news in town right now. Baseball was about to get going. Basketball was in playoffs, and hockey, just nobody cares. I actually like hockey a ton, actually. I like watching it. It's probably one of the better, actually, I think it's the best sport to watch. Actually, that and indoor lacrosse. I used to play lacrosse when I was a kid outside, but I went to an indoor lacrosse game. Wow, it was awesome. People were just getting beat up, and it was really fun. Really enjoyed it. But hockey is right up there. Olympic hockey is the best, but hockey is a damn good sport. But since football is the only thing that people can actually talk about and is still moving forward with operations, you're going to see those cards are the only ones that are actually going to move a little bit, I think, quicker than the other sports. Sports, I think, is going to be everything else is going to be going down and then coming back up to where it was and then coming down like that. Where I think football cards is going to be where they were, they're going up. They might go slightly down a little bit, but then they're going to go up even more. So there's more of a high end or high side to football cards right now. Again, we're talking about strictly quarterbacks. I don't know about anything else. I'm not going to care about anything else because it's just a waste of my time. So, all right, guys. SVAcardcollectors.com. Download the Flick Chat app. I'm going to I'm working on it. Now it's in the early stages, so it's not going to be for a while. But I'm working on some type of, for lack of a better term, a course where people who start off, it's a place to go. Now, I have a podcast, and if you go on svacardcollectors.com, you go start here. There is a big, long, hour-long podcast where basically I tell you all the stuff you need to know about baseball cards and getting started with it. But I would like to break it down a little bit and go a little bit more in depth. I will charge a $300 I'm pretty sure, because I don't think anyone's going to pay for this crap. It'll be for free. Maybe I'll have, hey, you can, if you want to, pay $10 for it. If not, you can just get it for free. But I really want to make it as detailed as possible of the three major sports, which will help me get a little bit better familiarity with basketball as well as football. Because baseball, I feel like I have a good handle on it. Not that I know a lot, a ton, but I know it more. And so I think that will be a helpful tool, and it'll be a way to, like, all right, I just need a quick refresh of, what's going on, how to sell cards, or, grading, or whatever the case may be. So that's something I'll be working on in the next couple of weeks. And I think it will be helpful to a ton of people starting out, and even, people who've been around. You have a lot of people who are in card shops right now, and, when I say Instagram, they go, well, first they go, what's Instagram? I go, easy. And he's like, hold on. I'm out of breath from talking and standing up. And so, but I think it is helpful. There's a lot of things that people who've been in the game for a while don't realize. And so, not that I have all this knowledge, I just do research. And so I figure stuff out. And not that I'm the, expert on it, but I know more than you probably. So plus if I'm on the internet, it must be I'm an expert. So I have that going as well. So, hopefully I'm going to start, I've already started working on it, but it will be a while. But once it gets done, I'll try to make some bank off of it, throw my little eBay links, affiliate links, stuff like that. That's the best way to help me out, especially now, because who the hell knows what's going on with the housing market and whatnot. So, boy, would I like to do this, full time. But that takes a lot of work. So I am nowhere near that. But guys, thanks for listening. Subscribe, like, comment. It really does help out. And you guys know what to do. Buy some cards, go broke. Later.